Hello and welcome to Gemma's Window. If you have followed the calculations in the box below and determined you're a power year number 5, then you are at the right place. Hiya, fives. Hey, fives, if you only have to calculate your power year number once for the year of 2020, your monthly number changes, and that's where I come in. You are in the month of 6 for October. I just wrote November, and it is not. It is for October. And this is the most romantic month out of your year. So it can work out, or you could say, I don't want to be with this person anymore. It's not going to work out. But we're going to get to all of that. 6 also can be about how much commitment you put into something. That can be job or anything. Let's see, and 5 is about change, and sometimes the universe pushing you into change, whether you like it or not, or perhaps you want to change. 5 and 6 are very good communicating numbers, and 6 is where you might be caring for someone, but 5 is where you might be actually writing something. And producing it and getting it out there. And it can also mean adventure or some kind of a trip comes up. So 5s, let's start with job. Let's start with if you have a job and you're a working 5, what can you expect this month from work? Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Okay, here we go. Gosh, I feel like, I used 3 different decks, and I just keep pulling so many of the same. Well, that always happens. I was going to say I'm pulling a lot of the same cards, but that does tend to happen when I'm doing readings. There does tend to be a similarity in all the readings that happen. So, 5s, we are asking about those of you who are working. And what I feel like is that you're coming with the Wheel of Fortune on your heels, and that means that you probably have some good luck coming. It's just that there are going to be random events that may happen to you, that they come out of the blue and they fall into your lap and they push you towards something that's meant to be. So it may not feel so pleasant at first, because in your action place you have the 3 of Swords, and that's about miscommunication. There's your story, their story, and the real story. So it's about miscommunication, and maybe 2 of you want the same job or want the same promotion or something like along those lines. And it comes to, for some of you 5s, where you decide to pack it in and leave. Maybe you give up on an idea that you had. Or maybe you decide to leave. But another thing that this card that we have coming into fruition for you can mean is that you're offered a lousy contract. So that somebody... there's something in the fine print, there's something you're committing to that you don't realize you're committing to, and it might be because you forced something or pushed something, because you're antsy in this year of 5 to say, let's go already, let's go, and push it when it's not a natural thing that's meant to fall into place. So you do have natural things that are meant to fall into place for the good of your future. Then there's things that you're mechanically trying to push to fall into place that it's just not meant to be that way, and you may end up bouncing yourself right out of the company because either they don't want you, or it doesn't work out, or you say, well, you're not moving quick enough, so I'm just going to move. But you do have to know your worth, and that's what 6 is about in October. You do have to know your worth and know that, okay, I might just separate myself from the situation and stop fighting for it and just look elsewhere for something else. Because these people sold me a bill of goods, and I'm not there yet, and it's not happening, and now I have to look for something else. So it may just simply be that we're talking about. Okay, fives, let's take a look at if you are a five and you are looking for work in this month of October. Now, anything that I say in this reading is meant for you fives. Okay, so if I label something work and it really fits your romance, the words are for you, fives. Take it and run. Okay, so this looks absolutely beautiful. It looks beautiful for you. So this may be a continuation for those of you who are working and may decide to look elsewhere. But it's about change and good news. So you suddenly have this good news or change coming your way, and then I have the victory and the promotion card. And the card that's coming into fruition for you after that is the old friend or many, many, many accomplishment card. So you guys kind of have to take that and decide what it means for you. Maybe some of you moved forward because you contacted someone that you've known or knows how good you are at something. Maybe you're ending up back working at a place you've already worked, or a job type that you've already done because you tried to venture out into teaching, but you never taught before, but you were superb in sales, and you end up going back to where all those accolades that you got, all the awards maybe you received, all the experience that you gained, and you end up back there. But you end up happy and relieved, or maybe it's just saying to you that while you've been looking for a job and you've been open to explore and take anything that will come, you end up back in your area of expertise, or going towards the area that you wanted to always major in anyway in college or get a certification of some kind in. It's a doorway to that, and it's very, very nice. Now this can extend to all of you fives if you wanted to, but I labeled this segment those of you looking for work or looking to change out of what you're doing. Let's move to our fives for so sorry, my mind is wandering. For romance. So we have our fives who are in a relationship, and it's a big month for relationship fives. So let's see our fives who are in a relationship right now. Let's see what we can expect in this month of October for you. Okay. Okay, so there might be some upheaval, but you're really surrounded by beautiful cards. I feel like the upheaval is something that you're bringing on, or that you're perceiving that just really doesn't have to be there. And try to talk yourself out of it or get yourself out of it, because I have a love coming back to you card. That's where you're coming from. So you might be getting back together with someone this month, or just getting on the same page about something with someone that you've been with. And you're still kind of fussing and feuding in your mind. You're still kind of wondering, is this the right thing? Or did I do the right thing? Are they the right person? I don't know. And then we go into the having it all card, which is a fabulous card. It talks about you have the potential to have it all. You have the potential to have the money, the house, the family, the loved one. You have the potential to have it all, and you are in your own way. And it looks like, because you're not trusting the situation or the person. Something's going on that you're not trusting. So you're in this month of 6 where you're really wondering, am I going to give this a go or not? Or am I going to go along with maybe what they want? They want to revisit this, or there's something about revisiting. There's something about something coming back into the picture, whether it's a person or a thought, or maybe somebody's again putting pressure on you that they want more of a commitment, and you're like, oh my gosh, I thought we've been through this already. I already said, I don't know. Well, the cards here are saying that whatever it is, you have the potential for a very good, very, very good positive outcome if you go with the flow and you trust. Now, I want to shuffle these cards and take a look at R5s who are looking for a relationship. And again, these words can mean anything for a 5. Okay, so maybe this will describe your situation better if you're in a relationship. But I'm going to label it looking for, oh my gosh, a relationship. So what I have here, for those of you looking for love, for some of you anyway, is you're coming from maybe a bad time or a bad place, and you're like, oh man, is this ever going to get better? Is it? Yes, it is. You have the opportunity, again, in this month of October, to patch up what the problem was and move forward, and to really listen to what that other person wants, and have them listen to what you want, and then put your foot down and say that you either need to get that divorce, or you need to get that formal separation, or we need to get engaged and we need to move forward, because you are on the right track as far as when you really fall head over heels for somebody, or you meet them and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is the person. You may not have met this person yet, because technically we're talking about for those of you who are looking for someone, and there is someone who's meant to fall right into your lap, who is just, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this person is everything, but oh my gosh, put the brakes on. They're not free. Or they say they're separated and getting a divorce, but they're still living in the house that's somebody else's. It's your job this month to get that straightened out and get on the road to what you want and what your ideal is, so that you don't have another upset like it looks like you've had in the past, or disappointment that you've had in the past, okay? So cover your tracks and get your information and set your boundaries, and this is how long you've got to get it together, even if it's in your mind, and go ahead and move forward. Oh, wow, a lot of excitement, 5s for you. Okay, let's move forward with R5s and answering any question that R5s have. That's right, any question at all. Shuffle, 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 and here we go. Okay. So, any question that you have, we're going to see what's the best outcome that we can expect for R5s for the month of October. Okay, so we have that you've been waiting, and that you've been waiting and wondering and waiting and wondering, and the card suggests to be very clear with what your needs are and what your boundaries are and what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do, and provided that you've done that, it looks like you've got to make the first move and just move on. You've got to just move on from something and start your own new kind of beginning, because there's a message here that somebody's been telling you no, or that you can't, and the cards are suggesting to tap into your, well, yes, I can. I can have that. I can make that work. I can handle it. And I've got to give it a try for myself, because I've got to see how it turns out myself. I've got to do it and feel it and see it for myself. And that's what it's suggesting that you do, fives. And that's very, very courageous, but it's just the year for you to figure out that information, so that you can determine, well, how do I want next year to go, and the year after that. I have to kind of stick my neck out and take a chance, even though there are a lot of naysayers around me. Or there are people around you saying, you can do that, you can have what, why can't you? And you're saying to yourself, I know that I can't. I know that I can't. I know that I can't take on having somebody's parent come and live with us, because I know me and I know my personality, and I know I can't. So it can be either or, where it's, rather than what everybody else thinks, it's trusting yourself, taking it on, being the only person maybe in the house that's saying, no, I can't do that. Or the only person in the house that says, no, I want to try. I'm going to try to do that. Okay, fives, that's what we have for you this month. Thank you so much for joining Gemma's Window. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you'd like to get a hold of me, just jump onto my website at gemmaswindow@gmail.com. But for now, we'll say goodbye, and I'll see you next time. Bye, fives.